Have you ever wondered what would happen if tomorrow's sun exploded? Our solar system's central star, that blazing ball of plasma that provides us with energy, heat, and gorgeous skin, is a ticking time bomb. Despite being roughly 10 billion years old, the sun is only predicted to survive for another 5 billion years. The sun will next expand and turn into a red giant before contracting and cooling for the next several billion years to become a white dwarf, a dying star. Can you imagine what it would be like to witness the sun explode in front of your eyes? Of course, we all will be long gone before any of that happens. Supernovas are supposed to be the most spectacular fireworks display the world has ever seen. But in practice, you probably wouldn't see anything. Even though the sun is 150 million kilometers away from Earth and it takes 8 minutes for light from it to reach us, we have little chance of surviving a supernova. We would need to be at least 50 to 100 light years away from the sun to be totally safe from a supernova. But fortunately, if the sun exploded tomorrow, the shock wave that would occur wouldn't be powerful enough to wipe out the entire planet. The only side that would immediately boil away is the one that faces the sun. Without the mass of the sun keeping us in orbit, Earth would probably begin floating off into space, while its remaining inhabitants would fight for their lives. The lucky other half would also experience permanent darkness and a temperature increase. That would be 15 times hotter than the sun's current surface temperature. Even though we would all be long gone by then, there is a chance that our planet could lock into orbit around another star that could give the same heat and light as our sun. We could buy ourselves up to 1,000 years of time if we knew ahead of time when the sun would explode, assuming we had the means to survive for that long. The Earth maintains a temperature of roughly 17 degrees, just a few meters below the surface you walk on. Therefore, civilization could continue to exist by migrating underground into a vast network of hardened bunkers if we had the time to prepare. The Earth's surface temperature would drop to 18 degrees within a week of the explosion. The temperature would drop to roughly 73 degrees in a year. The oceans would then start to freeze from the top down. Anything remaining on Earth's surface would be vulnerable to cosmic radiation and meteor impact since the atmosphere will freeze and collapse in a millennium. Hopefully, we would have found a new place to call home by then. The good news is that even though the sun would eventually explode, it wouldn't happen right away. It will take billions of years for the sun to die, and it will be a long, sluggish, and tough process. The sun will begin to grow and get brighter and hotter, similar to how Earth was created by the cataclysmic Big Bang explosion, if you believe that that is. It will shed its outer layers to the universe during this process, giving rise to additional stars and planets. Who knows? Perhaps new life will emerge. Can you picture a different Earth? A brand new humanoid species? It's difficult to envision our solar system without the huge golden anchor that holds us all together. And it's much harder to conceive how our galaxy might appear in billions of years. But in the very, very distant future, the sun will eventually expand and then contract, maybe making room for a new star to replace it. And where might we be residing if by some miracle humanity is still around at that time? Is it possible for your descendants to be born on a space station? Well, that's a story for another day.